What's up, guys, and welcome back to Learn to Play. Today we're going to take a look at hotkeys, and particularly how we're going to hotkey our units and our buildings. Okay, so the cardinal rule in StarCraft is let's make the complex as simple as possible. And we have to keep that in mind. We don't want to be doing all these crazy different things at the same time. A lot of times multitasking is really just doing a set of things or doing a rotation where you can get in a routine and you can get into a consistent, reliable way to do the same things over and over again. Hotkeys is no different, and we're going to take a look at that. Let's go through my example to teach everything first, and hopefully we can learn how to kind of use our units a little bit better. So as you can see, I have a huge amount of units, and a lot of people just say, oh, just go F2 and storm, right? Everything's going to be fine. You could tab through your units, and you're like, okay, I'm on my force field finally. Let's go ahead and force field off and do whatever we can. Now, there's some huge inherent problems, and I've already pre-grouped these, but there's some huge inherent problems in doing the F2 method. First of all, there's a priority system that exists in StarCraft, where certain units go on the top, and they always stay that way. Okay, so as you can see, always there's the High Templars, and then the Mothership Corps, and then the Sentries, and then the Stalkers, then the Colossi, Immortals, and if of course you incorporate other units into it, it's going to be the same way. So we're going to look for utility in our groupings, and we're going to look for casting in our groups. So what if, let's just say, I'm going to make more Sentries right now, make it easier on my life. What if we want to do a force field across here, and at the same time, we want to storm our opponents too? Well, let's just see how we would do it in the F2 method, right? We would have all our units, and we say, okay, it's probably best if we just go like this, right? And then we storm. But there are better ways. There are much, much better ways to do that. And it's because when we press F2, we have to click the sentries, or we have to get to the sentries by pressing tab twice, because the Mothership Corps is there. Oh yeah, we want to use our Mothership Corps as well. All these things, it makes it very difficult to have on one hotkey. So you want to ask yourself, is it going to be 2 hotkeys, or it's going to be 3 hotkeys? What is it going to be? Well, I can tell you right now that a lot of these 200 armies require 3 hotkeys. It's just how StarCraft works, based on the spellcasters, based on how you want to jostle your units around. You absolutely, in my opinion, to be optimal, you need 3 hotkey groups, and you're going to see what I want to do. And how I've actually prioritized these. So the first hotkey group I have are Sentries, Colossus, and Immortals. Why do I have these units? Well, it's mainly because Colossus and Immortals are our money units. I like to have one prioritized with our money units. It's just something I do, but it could be 3 for all UK. Maybe it's number 3 because it's higher than 1 is better. Whatever it is, they're gonna be assigned to the same hotkey group. Now, these Sentries definitely don't have to be there, but I'll explain a little bit why in terms of utility a little bit later on. But basically, I incorporate the Sentries in here, so I can always press 1. The Sentries are going to be on top, right? I can see they're on top. And I can instantly force field. So I just press 1, force field. Okay? It's very easy for me to be able to do that. Just 1 F. How simple is that, right? I don't have to jostle around all my tabs and just be like, okay, tab. Okay, no, I'm on the Sentries. No, they're grouped with the right units. I can already force field across. Okay? My second grouping is going to be Stalkers. And the reason why I have Stalkers here is because they're a big utility unit, and they can move around the fastest. If I'm attacking into a position, and the Vikings are coming in this way, or the Corruptors are coming in this way, or even, let's just say a group of Zerglings and Hydras are coming this way. It's best if I'm able to go, oh, shoot, I need to blink over there immediately. Blink, Guardian Shield, force field this top. Boom. I'm in position once again with these units in the back, and then my opponent attacked me from the side. What if we had it in F2? Well, we have an F2, and now I feel like, okay, tab. Okay, finally, I got it. Let's blink over. We don't want that. We don't want that at all. And finally, we have our High Templars and our Mothership Corps on the same hotkey. The reason why I like this is because all I have to do is press tab and I'm pressing the same button for the most useful time warp, or I could do the recall, of course. But I pressed 3, I can recall very easily. I pressed 3 tab, I can recall very easily. Or I just press T normally, and I'm storming. So if I'm going to fight my opponent, it's going to be force field across, and all of my spells are going out very quickly. And you can see it's because it's a reliable way. I can always get to the same units very easily, very quickly. That's the most important thing. You can see they're not intersecting with each other. A lot of times, when you have all these together, it's hard to get the sentries. It's hard to get to the stalkers. And a lot of people rely on clicking like this. And the reason why we don't want to be clicking on the field nearly as much, I mean, of course you're going to have to do it sometimes in the games, but the reason why we want to use our hotkeys as much as possible is because that's the reliable way. We know when we're hitting 2, we're getting all of the stalkers. We know when we're hitting 1, we're getting all the sentries, the colossus, the immortals. We know exactly what we're getting, and that's the most important thing. It's things that you can find consistent, things that you can be that are reliable. And that's why we're going to go over the rest of my hotkeys. 4 are going to be my robos, 5 are going to be my stargates, and 6 is going to be my nexus and my forges. And as you can see, I can easily go 6, tab, get my upgrades, and chrono boost. I can also see where they're at a lot better. So let's say I'm fighting in the middle of the battle, I'm attacking them. Let's go chrono boost what I need to do, right? We can go 6, control click, control F, chrono boost, 6, chrono boost, chrono boost. How easy is that? We can also go 6, we're out in the field. We can go 6, tab, hit this, chrono boost, chrono boost, chrono boost. Things like that. So I'm using 1 through 6 for everything. 9, don't worry about 9, even though it says it right here. It's not really anything. I was just doing that for fun. But there you go. And I hope that helps. So I hope that made a lot of sense, guys. What we're trying to do is make the complex as simple as possible. That's our cardinal rule in StarCraft, right? And I hope that you guys were able to see that the hotkeys are able to do that. We can get to the same units consistently very, very quickly. And I know there's a big draw to using F2 because it gets all your units for all over the place, but get in the habit of getting good habits. That's what I like to say. Make sure that you're doing the small little things so you don't have to worry for later on. So, before the fights, let's make sure we have our groupings good to go. We have everything where they need to be. And then when we're actually in the fight and we're trying to see the relative strength of each other, we're playing at optimum capacity. If we're not, we run into a lot of huge problems where we should have won fights, but we're just incapable of doing so. I hope that helps, guys, and I hope you guys can apply that to both Zerg and Terran. For all you Zerg and Terrans out there, it's very, very similar to what I'm doing, but it's important. You have to sit down. You have to try to do it. Until next time, do what you love what you do, and I'll see you guys.